your IndyCar season ended great. You ended up finishing the series champion. As the season was concluding, speculation started to increase that you were going to be making the move to NASCAR, and I guess Chip Ganassi had been talking to you about it over the past several years. When did you start really giving it consideration?
I'd looked into coming over probably 2 years ago. I'd started to make some inquiries because I'd been sort of following the sport closer than each week, I guess, and just getting more and more into it. And it started to become something I was interested in. So I really started to make serious inquiries probably 2 years ago. But again, I still had that burning sort of desire to win the Indy 500. And then Chip and I started talking, I guess, a year and a half ago about seriously doing something. And I'm glad it didn't work out a year and a half ago, because since then we won the championship in the 500. And here I am anyway, a year later.
How many other owners approached you during that time?
A couple, yeah. More than two, put it that way.
How did their offers compare to that of Chip Ganassi's?
Well, Chip, in typical Chip fashion, was like, "Hey, I've got this idea, let's do it." And I think some of the other guys were maybe more conservative in their approach, where Chip was like, "Hey, I want to do this, let's do it." Contract signed, the lawyers spent a little while on the contracts, deal done. And that's typical Chip. And I've raced against Chip for a long time against Chip's teams, and I spent so many years either following or being in front of the target car in the first champ car, then IndyCar. I knew and I know what he's all about, and he wants to win. It's all he cares about, has been successful. So I thought this is a great guy to go into business with, to drive for his team. Juan's there. I know Juan very well. Raced against him, so all those pieces just added up.
When was the decision actually made?
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'd have to look at the calendar to tell you the exact date.
I mean, at the time, though, the media speculation was pretty much right on the...
Pretty much.
How much tension did that create in the remaining few weeks of the season for you with Andretti Green?
I didn't really notice it too much, because I was more focused on just trying to get that championship. And I told Chip that when we did the deal, I was like, I'm going to get this championship. I'm going to beat you guys. And I had that job to do, and I really wanted to do it. And but as I say, I was so focused just on getting that job done. Nothing was going to distract me from that.
Michael Andretti had said that it was difficult enough to get you excited about a 17-race season, so he didn't see you as a good fit for NASCAR. How would you respond to that?
Well, we'll see what happens in the future. We'll see what happens next year and from then on. And I think it's a fairly ill-informed opinion.
Why do you think he said it?
No idea.
You said your two late-season flips played a minor role in your decision to make the switch. How so? I guess I was never entirely comfortable with that style of how do I describe it? On the 1.5 mile tracks in the IndyCar, I was never totally happy doing that. I loved the short ovals. I loved the road courses. I loved Indianapolis. And that was always kind of a question mark for me. And then when those flips happened, I just thought, it was just a factor. And I just thought, do I really want to continue that type of racing on the 1.5 mile tracks? And the answer was probably not. So I was going to do something else in 2008, and luckily, the NASCAR option opened up, and I'm pretty stoked about it.